BYD spent years building one advantage nobody could touch: cheap, reliable batteries that made EVs affordable for everyday people. Tesla owned the premium end. The middle was wide open. And then Toyota walked in with a $23,000 electric SUV. Built from scratch, backed by 80 years of trust, and aimed directly at the world's largest car-buying segment, the middle class. This isn't Toyota playing catch-up. This is Toyota ending the warm-up and starting the real game. To understand why this car matters, you first need to understand who built it. In 2025, Toyota sold 10.5 million vehicles under the Toyota and Lexus brands alone, a 3.7% increase over the previous year. That's 6 consecutive years as the world's #1 automaker. Roughly 31,000 cars sold every single day, nearly 1,300 every hour. But here's the tension everyone kept pointing at. In a market rapidly shifting toward electric, Toyota looked slow. It sold around 199,000 pure EVs in 2025. Impressive growth, up 42% year over year, but still a tiny fraction of its total sales. BYD, by comparison, was moving millions of fully electric vehicles annually. Toyota's answer was always hybrids. In 2025, it sold 4.4 million hybrid vehicles, using that segment as a bridge to bring mainstream buyers toward electrification without forcing them into a technology they weren't ready for. Smart, calculated, patient. But patience has a deadline. The affordable EV market was growing fast, and Toyota knew that waiting any longer meant handing that segment to competitors permanently. So the company made its move, not with a concept car, not with a limited edition showcase vehicle, but with a production-ready, mass-market electric SUV priced at $23,000. The Toyota Urban Cruiser. E5 is a B-segment compact SUV. Not too large for city streets, not too small for a family of 4 or 5. It was designed from the ground up as a pure electric vehicle on a dedicated BEV platform. That distinction matters enormously. Most budget EVs on the market today started life as petrol cars. Engineers took an existing chassis, stripped out the engine, and bolted in a battery pack. The result is always a compromise: extra weight, awkward proportions, wasted space. Toyota avoided that entirely. The Urban Cruiser was engineered as an EV from day one, which means the battery sits flat beneath the floor where it belongs, the cabin space is maximized, and the overall weight is kept as low as possible. The result is a car that looks sharp and feels substantial. Sharp LED headlights up front, clean sidelines with black body cladding, connected LED taillights at the rear. Inside, a large touchscreen, 360-degree camera, automatic emergency braking, and lane keeping assist. Color options include white, silver, blue, red, and black. This is not a stripped-down economy car dressed up with an EV badge. It is a genuinely well-built compact SUV that happens to start at $23,000. In India, pricing is expected to fall between 18 and 24 lakh rupees ex-showroom. For context, that puts a full Toyota electric SUV within reach of the same buyer who today chooses a mid-range petrol crossover. That's the entire point. The single most important decision Toyota made in building this car was the battery. They chose LFP, lithium iron phosphate chemistry, and that one decision is responsible for almost everything that makes this car compelling. 2 options are available: a 49 kilowatt-hour pack and a 61 kilowatt-hour pack. Here's why LFP is the right call, broken down simply. Cost. LFP batteries are significantly cheaper to manufacture than the NMC or NCA batteries found in most premium EVs. If Toyota had used a more expensive chemistry, this car would have been priced between $30,000 and $35,000. The $23,000 price tag exists because of this battery. Full stop. Safety. LFP chemistry is chemically stable at high temperatures. The risk of thermal runaway, the dangerous reaction behind most EV fire incidents, is dramatically lower with LFP. For buyers in hot climates across India, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, this isn't a minor footnote. It's a genuine reassurance. Longevity. LFP batteries degrade slowly. They handle thousands of charge cycles with minimal capacity loss. Toyota is backing this with an 8 to 10-year warranty, which tells you everything about their confidence in the technology. The old fear of needing a $10,000 battery replacement after 5 years. It largely doesn't apply here. On range, the numbers are solid for real-world use. The 49 kilowatt-hour front-wheel drive version delivers around 344 kilometers officially, with realistic city driving range of roughly 280 to 320 kilometers. The 61 kilowatt-hour front-wheel drive version reaches approximately 426 kilometers on paper, translating to 350 to 400 kilometers in daily use. The 61 kilowatt-hour AWD variant sits at around 395 kilometers. For daily commuting, school runs, and weekend trips, even the base battery is more than adequate. For longer journeys, the 61 kilowatt-hour option removes any remaining hesitation. Charging is practical, not punishing. A DC fast charger takes the battery from 10% to 80% in around 45 minutes, roughly the time it takes to eat a meal. A home 7 kilowatt charger handles a full overnight charge without issue. Performance isn't the headline, but it's better than expected. The base variant puts out 144 horsepower, reaching 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 9.6 seconds. The 61 kilowatt-hour front-drive version jumps to 174 horsepower and a 8.7-second sprint. The top AWD model delivers 184 horsepower and hits 100 kilometers per hour in just 7.4 seconds. In city traffic, the instant torque of an electric motor makes every one of these variants feel quick, responsive, and effortless. The EV market in 2025 has two dominant forces, and they represent two completely different philosophies. BYD is the volume king. It passed Tesla to become the world's top EV seller in 2025, powered by aggressive pricing made possible by its own battery supply chain, most famously its blade battery technology. Models like the Atto 3, Dolphin, and Seal sit in the same price range as the urban cruiser. BYD's strength is real, but so is its weakness. In markets like India, Indonesia, Thailand, and Brazil, brand trust is not yet established. Buyers ask, will parts be available in 6 years? Will local service centers actually know how to fix this? Those questions don't have confident answers yet. Tesla is the technology benchmark. Its vehicles lead in software, range, and performance. The Model Y is the best-selling EV globally for good reason. But the Model Y starts at $40,000 to $60,000 depending on the market. For a middle-class family in emerging economies, that price isn't aspirational. It's simply out of reach. Tesla's service network in developing markets also remains sparse. Toyota has positioned itself exactly between these two. At $23,000, it matches BYD on price. But it brings something BYD cannot buy overnight: 8 decades of trust. Toyota service centers exist in cities and small towns across every major emerging market. Parts are affordable and available. Technicians are trained, and Toyota's reputation for building cars that run 10 to 12 years without serious issues is not marketing copy. It is lived experience for hundreds of millions of car owners worldwide. Against Tesla, the urban cruiser doesn't compete on technology or performance. It competes on value and accessibility. And for a buyer choosing between a $23,000 Toyota EV with full service support and a $50,000 Tesla with limited local infrastructure, the calculation changes significantly. Toyota has found the precise gap neither competitor can easily fill and built a car to sit in it. The urban cruiser. E5 isn't a standalone product. It's the opening move of a much larger strategy. Toyota has identified its priority markets clearly: India, Indonesia, Thailand, and Brazil. High-growth, price-sensitive economies where the next wave of EV adoption will happen. These are markets where Toyota already has deep roots, strong dealer networks, and decades of customer loyalty. The urban cruiser. E5 activates all of that existing infrastructure in service of electrification. The competitive ripple effects are already visible. BYD now faces a rival that can match it on price in exactly the markets where trust is BYD's biggest liability. Other manufacturers are being forced to accelerate their own affordable EV timelines. And the broader industry narrative that affordable EVs mean compromised quality or uncertain ownership starts to crack every time a Toyota dealer delivers one of these cars. Looking toward 2030, Toyota has stated its intention to dramatically scale EV sales. The urban cruiser. EV is the foundation. More models will follow. Smaller city cars, larger family SUVs, and options across different price points as battery costs continue to decline. The conclusion is simple. Electric cars stopped being a niche product for early adopters the moment Toyota priced one at $23,000. The mainstream buyer, the one who needs a practical, reliable, affordable car for daily family life, now has a genuine EV option from the brand they already trust most. That's not disruption as a buzzword, that's disruption as a fact, and it's only getting started.